Get back to our telephones here on the Bob Grant Show on WABC for whatever's on your mind. I haven't commented much, if at all, about the bizarre Michael Jackson saga. But let me say this. In view of the fact that apparently the person who has made the charge against Jackson is going to drop the charge because of being paid off. What does this say to all of us? It says, number one, that Jackson was guilty. It would seem to me that if he were innocent, the last thing in the world he would do would be to pay the guy and allow himself to look guilty. Aside from that, it says that indeed the person who is placing the charge did in effect extort money from him. Because rather than see justice done, they'll take the payoff. And more importantly, what does it say about the rest of us? What does it say about society in general? Only the future will tell. If Jackson is still a big hit, a big star, a billion-dollar earner, then that tells me what I think I already know. That you don't care, that you have no standards, and therefore it doesn't make any difference what anybody does. You'll still continue to buy their CDs, buy their videos, watch their programs, pay them huge amounts of obscene money. It's a sad commentary on how we are slipping and sliding into the abyss that we have created ourselves, the abyss caused by our total lack of standards, our total lack of morality, our total lack of self-respect. Because if we had self-respect, we would demand our public figures to be better than they are. In one moment, we're going to hear the broadcast, which I don't consider earth-shaking at all. In many respects, I don't even consider it newsworthy. But nevertheless, you will hear officially how apparently Michael Jackson has paid his way out of his legal problem. I say apparently because we don't know for sure, but it's beginning to look that way. And the next time one of you says, hey, disregard that story, it was in a British tabloid, I remind you, originally the story popped up in a British tabloid which said that Jackson was going to pay a certain amount of money in order to have this youngster drop the charge against him. So, is he buying his way out of it? It appears so. Let's go now to Bob Schmidt and ABC News.
This is a special report. Struck a deal in the Michael Jackson case. At a court hearing now happening in Santa Monica, California, lawyers for Michael Jackson and the 14-year-old boy who's accused Jackson of sexually molesting him have agreed on a settlement of the boy's civil lawsuit against the pop superstar. The terms of that settlement announced moments ago by the boy's lawyer, Larry Feldman.
The plaintiff has agreed the lawsuit should be resolved, and it will be dismissed in the near future. While Mr. Jackson continues to maintain his innocence, he withdraws any previous allegations of extortion. This will allow the parties to get on with their lives in a more positive and productive manner.
The boy's lawyer, Larry Feldman, making no mention of any financial settlement in this case. There had been reports that Michael Jackson had agreed to pay the 14-year-old boy millions of dollars as part of a deal to drop this case. Michael Jackson, of course, has denied that he sexually molested the boy. He vowed to fight the charge and clear his name. But Jackson apparently decided to skip the anguish and negative publicity of a trial and pay money, perhaps pay money, we don't know that for a fact yet, to make the case go away without admitting any guilt. Legal experts say this out-of-court settlement of the civil suit just about kills any chances of criminal charges being brought against Jackson in this matter. The boy getting the settlement would likely not cooperate with a criminal prosecution, and the prosecutors would likely not want to go ahead without him as a willing witness. Repeat, both sides in the Michael Jackson case have agreed on an out-of-court settlement of the 14-year-old boy's civil lawsuit against Michael Jackson. The terms, the lawsuit will be dismissed, and Michael Jackson will drop any claims that an attempt was made to extort money from him. This has been a special report from ABC News. I'm Bob Hart.
All right, on WABC...